Okay, welcome everyone. Happy full moon, the full moon in Virgo, known as the spinner's moon. I'm so excited. This is Shannon Murray McMurray coming to you live with Kellee Michele Beck of the Happy Aura and the Crystal Concierge. Hi, Kellee, welcome.
Hello, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I always love hanging out with you. I just wish it was like, even though we're like 800 miles apart or whatever, however far it is, maybe it's 500 miles. It's like we're not really,
Oh, I feel like we're neighbors.
Yeah, we transcend time and space. So I always get excited. And I can't stop
Oh,
dreaming.
thank you. Well, I feel the same way. Thank you so much. And thank you for being like one of my most cherished colleagues, friends, Lunar Ladies, clients, amazing people, souls in my life.
Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. My world shifted when I started hanging out with you. So like shifted majorly. I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing because of my astrological chart that you did for me. I mean, you know, that, and then the starseed, getting the starseed chart done, and learning that I have like permission from the Great White Brotherhood to use crystals as healing, and 6 out of 6 crystal soul markings. I never felt that, like, you know, but I thought, well, what would happen if I just followed the blueprint that was laid out? And it was like, whoa, everything just like shifted majorly. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool.
Oh my God. Can you just share, I mean, a little bit more about, like, that is just an amazing journey. You're in like the classic archives of like, what happens when you learn about like who you are and what you're doing here on planet Earth?
Well, you know what? The one of the things is that you're brave. It's like everything that you ever thought about yourself that you were afraid to put out there, and you see it in your chart and you're like, oh my God, what if I just do that? Like, and then the universe opens up and says, welcome, we've been waiting for you to do what you were here to do, is amazing. You know, we're all light workers. Some of us we come in as, they're different star seeds, right? And we have empathetic star seeds, we have light worker star seeds, we have
dragon star seeds,
all this kind of stuff. And sometimes your calling is really to be like a really good mom, or, you know, really good at your job, or whatever it is, you know, and some of us have a higher calling. We all have our places along this journey that are very valuable and very important. So when we get our charts done, when we get our natal chart done, when we get our soul purpose chart, we see the blueprint, and we start going in the direction of what the blueprint has lined out for us, things start to shift.
Yeah.
Things start to shift majorly. If you would have said to me, I would be, you know, hosting women's groups and doing crystal healing, and now the crystal concierge, and making crystal jewelry and all this kind of stuff. And people are like, you do all of that? I'm like, yeah, but it's effortless because it's in alignment. You know,
exactly.
I didn't. You would never catch me in the estrogen ocean trying to help women like wake up. Oh my God!
Ocean.
I didn't even like women, right?
Right.
But what that was is I wasn't really liking myself.
Right. So Kellee will tell you, but I love your journey of, you know, finding out, like getting that hello, like this is you. Then you were in like chakra dance.
I
did.
Chakras,
and you went to Crystal College. I like to say Crystal College because it just sounds.
Crystal College, yeah. and now I'm like a pharmacist. I like, you know, I have people coming to my house picking up prescriptions and stuff like that.
Totally. I got my prescription. I got one of like many orders that future orders that are coming.
Yeah.
But I got. This is, what did you call this when you first?
It's your spiritual tool bag.
My spiritual tool bag. So just I was telling Kellee, like, okay, what's inside is amazing, but what it's packaged in is amazing to me. So here's this beautiful, like, it's sewed together so nicely. It opens up in this beautiful, and then you open it up, it becomes its own little altar. And then I open it up and I'm like, it's gorgeous. And then I get all these tools, handpicked, like a golden healer. think that's what that one was. A selenite heart. Are you kidding me? Like, that is so cool. Then I have cleansing oil, super blessed, and Palo Santo. That I could do everything with this bag.
It gets you started.
Yes, and then I follow Kellee on Instagram, Crystal Concierge, and she posts the most amazing videos and pictures, and then I get this amazing piece of fluorite that I've never seen something so glorious. And I love fluorite, so I'm always looking at it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that they come to me. They come to me, and
I want to hear more about that. Like, how is that? Because you're activated starseed?
I'm thinking that that's what it is. I'm supposed to be using this, so I get pieces that come to me through spirit. It says, okay, you need to buy this, you need to buy that, you need to go get this, you need to go get that. Same with the jewelry that I make. There's like some pieces that I put together, I'm like, I would never wear that. And then somebody's like, oh my God, I can't believe you made my bracelet. You made it for me. And I was like, yeah, I did. So it's just, I just kind of sit and let spirit guide me and my intuition. And I feel the pull. When I go to my suppliers, I have to really ground myself because I get very
I bet.
very high.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm like, I know when there's something there. And then I'll get some requests from some of my clients. And I had a gal who was looking for some apophyllite and about a palm-sized piece of apophyllite. And apophyllite does, to get a palm-sized piece of apophyllite, that's like about like this big.
Yeah. And
this was totally, and it's like orthorhombic or whatever. It was like a cube of apophyllite. And apophyllite doesn't necessarily come in a cube, No. And so I said, I'm like, John, do you have any apophyllite? He goes, oh my God. He goes, what are you, a mind reader? And he was working on a box of apophyllite. And there was my friend's piece of apophyllite. And when I showed it to her, she goes, that's exactly the piece that she was thinking about, but didn't know that it even would come like that. So it's really, it's a gift.
It is a gift.
It's a gift because you're supposed to have these.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're like this amazing conduit for it to happen fast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Totally crazy.
Very crazy.
I think it's interesting too with your North Node in Gemini. The Gemini's fast, Mercury, fast. Messengers, gets it, okay, finds it, gets it to the right person. Like, you are super fast. You have wings on your feet.
Very fast. I'm all over the place.
Well, we've all benefited too. And I just have to say, I've been blessed with 2 crystal healings so far. I've got some more appointments I need to put on the calendar. But Kellee does not only in person crystal healings, but she does long distance. I've never experienced something so powerful as a long distance healing. And when you did the back chakras, whoa. So I just have to, I want to write a testimonial so that you can share more of, but I'm still like integrating that back chakra one.
Yeah, that's heavy. That's where all our past is, our karmic, our past lives. It's how we receive from the world, and how the world perceives us comes through the unmanifest dimension of our chakras, which is the back. And so the front is how we show up and how we respond and how we manifest. But it has everything to do with all the stuff we've got going on in the back to keep that clear. So we're just this clear conduit. So we can access, which I want to, we always hear about Atlantis, but we never really quite hear about Lemuria, right? And I think that most of us here, especially in Lunar Ladies, are more Lemurian and love and light, but we really don't know a whole lot about Lemuria. So before we do the meditation, I wanted to just read an excerpt about just crystals and Atlantis and Lemuria, and hopefully it resonates with some of our viewers. and they go, oh yeah, I knew I was not Atlantean.
Right. That's so interesting too, Kelly. You're saying this. Thank you. Because the first vision of Lunar Ladies was from the dolphins in Hawaii.
Mm.
So
Do
you
you
just put another stitch in the fabric of creation over here.
know, and where does Lemuria exist? Where did Lemuria exist?
I believe it was over there in
yes,
the
in the Pacific.
yes.
Right?
Yes.
And go ahead, because we're both excited.
No. You go right ahead. I'm just like thinking and expressing out loud what's in my head.
Yeah.
My heart.
So, and the center of Lemuria, Mu, was Kauai.
Oh, the heart. Mu was Kauai, and Kauai is the oldest Hawaiian island.
What? Like what? Right?
And the Big Island's the youngest.
Right? And the power, especially if you're very sensitive to energy, when you're there, you can feel it. You can feel the pull, like home.
Yes, I've been to Kauai once so far, and it was such a soft, like falling rain on orchids, like just soft.
Yeah.
I loved it there.
Yes. Yeah. So should I begin?
Yes, please do. Thank you, storyteller of the
Okay, because this is like when I read this, I'm like, oh my God, I read it every chance I get, even when it's like not even appropriate. I still like want to share it with people.
I love it.
So Atlantis and Lemuria live in the realm of legend rather than history, right? We have little proof of their existence beyond the famed Nakal tablets and vast networks of mysteriously etched crystals. Many claim they contain the encoded wisdom of these rumored civilizations. Plato referred to Atlantis in two of his Socratic dialogues, and the story recounts an ancient civilization, a utopia of sorts, destroyed by floods. We all know that story, right?
Right.
Recent discoveries of large sunken land masses may hold keys to the mysteries, but even in the absence of scientific proof, many believe human life traces its origins to Lemuria, also known as Mu, or the mother civilization. This is where it gets good. So, and you know, when we think about crystals and holding recorded information, right? And access to Akashic records, and we compare that to what we're doing today with our computers, the cloud, and how they create quartz crystals in laboratories to put in computers to store information.
Right, and there's like our memory.
Right? So, of course, why it makes perfect sense? Of course it makes perfect sense. So, more than 100,000 years ago, a galactic alliance of star beings volunteered to launch a lineage of human inhabitants on a new planet, Earth, to perpetuate peace and light in a new part of the galaxy. Lemuria sat on a giant landmass between what is now California and Australia, with the heart or center on the island of Mu, where Kauai is today.
Oh. So cool.
Anybody getting chills?
Yes.
Deeply intuitive visitors to Hawaii say they can feel the energy of Lemuria rising there. Lemuria began as a grand experiment to anchor higher dimensional star energies in third dimensional human systems. Lemurian beings came primarily from Sirius and the Pleiades, which are stars aligned to energies of love, peace, and Christ consciousness. In fact, Sirius is believed to be the star the Magi followed to find Christ after his birth. Lemurian beings were taught to activate the 7 chakras. What? Or energy centers in the human system, tethering them to Earth's crystalline grid via the Earth Star chakra and aligning them to the broader cosmic gateways via the Soul Star chakra. In this way, a direct line of energy extended from the first dimensional crystalline core of the planet through the Sushumna, our energetic column, right? Through the Sushumna in the physical body all the way to the 9th dimensional stargates and beyond. This energy line became an open channel through which information could be received, stored, and transmitted. Our Akashic records.
Right. Exactly. Oh my God.
Yes. Such an energy line required a natural source of power. Earth was chosen for a Lemurian colonization because it is rich in silicon dioxide, or quartz crystals, which can be used to raise and attune human frequency, transmit energy, send and receive information from higher dimensions. Thus, Lemurians could take on physical form and still access a full range of extrasensory data. They learned to program information into quartz, and for this reason, we have access to much of their advanced wisdom when we work and meditate with Lemurian quartz by running your fingertips along the ridges or stairway to heaven. On alternating sides of Lemurian quartz crystals, you activate and can channel whatever wisdom is stored within your piece. So, like this piece here, this is Himalayan quartz, but it's also got Lemurian, see the Lemurian markings?
Oh yeah, the markings, the ridges.
And the little sigils, or the little, like, there's little.
Yes.
Right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So that means those are Lemurian. Like when they say, "Oh, I got a Lemurian seed crystal." What does that mean?
When they seeded well, we'll get to that, but they're like they look like I'll show you what a seed looks like. Hold on.
Yeah, so this is really awesome for us to learn during this full moon in Virgo, because Virgo is about returning to the whole being, body, mind, spirit, like back to the records, right? So I love that Kellee's here with us, teaching us or reminding us, helping us to remember what our roots are here as human beings on planet Earth. It's really a Lemurian civilization in its essence or origin. Isn't that cool? So when you're experiencing the full moon tonight, tune into this. Tune into the stories. Okay.
So they kind of they're in this kind of a shape.
Okay.
They almost look like they're very kind of pointy, versus how other crystals are a little more, well, I should have brought more, but like this, like, see how this is kind of like a double terminated. These are like seeded little crystals, and they've got ridges. I don't know if you could see.
Oh yeah, like along like little like
little ladders, and you can feel them. Not all quartz crystals are Lemurian. At one time, they said when they were first being discovered, that they alternated sides, smooth on one side, rough on the other, smooth on one side, rough on the other. But now they're finding more and more that are rough on all sides.
Oh, wow.
As we rise in our consciousness, more of these tools and stuff are starting to come to the surface, right? A really good example of this is Irma K. Sawyer over at Bright Star Emporium. She has the Andara glass, which is coming. And, you know, a lot of, and I'm open to everything, but they're glass, they're not crystals. And so some of the crystal people are kind of like, well, yeah, but so what is that? Well, we have crystal children and crystal souls and a whole new generation that's coming up that resonates to this frequency. So these things are becoming more and more available as we change our consciousness. Right?
Wow.
You're graduating to different types of tools. So for me, I see the Andara glass. It doesn't necessarily resonate with me like it does with the crystals, but there are crystal souls out there where that really resonates too. They really resonate to that.
Yes.
Important to remember.
Yeah.
So where did I leave off? Okay, so still accessible. They learn to program information, of course, to activate and channel. Okay, so along the ridges, stairway to heaven. So when you meditate with your Lemurian quartz, you can access higher dimension. It just gives you the power to access it. If you're meditating and keeping your energy clear and stuff like that, you're not just going to pick it up and go, wee! Maybe some people, but you know, it's a tool.
Right.
So, while some say Lemurians scrambled to seed their wisdom into quartz when they learned of their doomed fate, a more likely scenario is that they were working with quartz all along. Lemurians intuitively understood how to work with Earth's crystalline grid to remain in the third dimensional reality, and yet still activate higher dimensional doors of perception. The pineal gland The human brain connected to quartz crystals like transmitters, channeling and sending information across dimensions, even if the human being was unaware this was happening. Crystal healers continue to work with quartz as transmitter today, opening their chakras and energetic access points to receive information, send healing, and transmute lower vibrations. Those attracted to quartz are said to remember when quartz was much more than just a rock, but a key that unlocked many doors of awareness. So the Lemurian age was largely one of undisturbed peace, a kind of heaven on earth, one that enjoyed relative harmony for thousands of years. Disruption came when a different species, I have trouble pronouncing this, you could help me, the Anunnaki. Anunnaki. The Anunnaki arrived from their home planet of Nibiru in search of gold, which Earth had an impressive supply. Nibiru was warming at an unprecedented rate, and gold molecules could be used to repair the shield of its outermost atmosphere. When the Anunnaki arrived, they colonized land on the other side of the world from Lemuria and began to source gold in steady supply. However, the Anunnaki soon realized that was an artist's task to mine gold from Earth's multi-layered surface. So they set out to create their own human race, to mine gold as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Lemurian beings were gentle, loving, and kind. So the community they formed held that pure vibration of loving kindness. The Anunnaki were different. They embodied a lower, more materialistic vibration, focusing their efforts not on expansion of consciousness, but on access to resources acquired through serial fragmentation of collective awareness. What is happening? And what's going on in our world today?
Exactly, same story.
So the race of beings that Anunnaki propagated were the Atlanteans, who were endowed with technological and physical prowess, making them ideal workers, scientists, and engineers. If Lemurians were the divine feminine emerging on Earth, Atlanteans were the divine masculine.
Wow. Do you think that the tech world is more Atlantean? And like more the light worker, healing world,
yes,
more Lemuria.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Soon there was no balance between the two, and incessant fighting began. Fighting that would lead to mutual destruction and ritual purification of the planet. The Anunnaki were said to be fascinated by human women. In fact, some believe ancient Sumerians were a hybrid of Atlantean human race, which would explain their rapid advancement and technological sophistication. The Anunnaki's lust for power, money, knowledge, and resources quickly downshifted Earth's overall frequency. So when we think about like where, like, you know, we have the Incas and the Mayans and all of that and all their gold. All their gold, they had golden everything. The pyramids were supposed to have been like kind of topped with gold, you know. All of that's where how important gold is. So peaceful angelic Lemurians found themselves in conflict with materialistic transactional Atlanteans, and both experienced a premonition of their mutual demise. The Lemurians encoded final wisdom into their beloved quartz crystals and safeguarded them in key locations where they could be mined thousands of years later by those prepared to work with Lemurian lineage, once again activating their wisdom on Earth. Metaphysical practitioners believe the discovery of Lemurian crystals in Brazil in 1999. So that's not too long ago.
Wow, and that was the Y2K energy.
Right? Signaled the dawn of the age of Aquarius and human ascension.
Interesting.
Right?
What, 13 years later, 2012.
Right? And most of us know what we had something significant happen to us in our life that shifted our consciousness in 2012.
Yes.
Everybody, if you remember, you're like, oh yeah, right? Reasons for the destruction of the Atlantean and Lemurian civilizations via what is known as the Grand Flood or the Deluge are unclear. But the Anunnaki home planet of Nibiru may have collided with Earth, causing a shift of poles and flood that led to tsunamis engulfing major landmasses. Most major religious traditions, including Christian and Mayan sacred texts, refer to a great flood that destroyed most of the Earth's surface and living inhabitants in ancient times. Anywhere from 60 to 90% of Earth's population may have perished by drowning. Metaphysicians maintain the ongoing conflict between masculine and feminine forces led to the planet's ritual purification by flood. So when we think about that, right, and the how we feel about water, right?
Yeah.
How many of us have dreams about drowning or reliving past memories about being drowned, you know? And if 60 to 90% of the living population perished, that means that there's 10 to 40% that didn't.
Right, that carry the memory of going through that.
Right.
And
from still being here and surviving those hundreds of thousands of years, one person at a time, you know, when they find, you know, all these ancient civilizations, they still can't figure out how old really stuff is.
No, I don't think our science is.
Yeah, the numbers don't add up.
Exactly.
As we go on, you know. So the Lemurians who survived the flood fled west, but Atlanteans largely fled east, with the most famous Atlantean, their priest Thoth, escaping to Egypt. Thoth transferred knowledge of frequency, vibration, and sound to northern Africa, where he used advanced technologies to move the pyramids into a formation based on precise measurements of his home constellation, the Pleiadian star system. Thoth's mother, Maya, was the oldest of the 7 Pleiadian stars. Atlantean beings also fled to Central America and guided the building of ancient Mayan pyramids there. The Maya are likely named after the Pleiadian star Maya. Others arrived in northeastern Avalon, modern-day Glastonbury, England, which is where the heart chakra is, to honor and perpetuate the goddess aspect of the Atlantean lineage. The scattering of energy sent shockwaves into the farthest corners of our universe. In response, a council of higher evolutionary star beings outside Earth's atmosphere created a protective shield around the planet to safeguard humans from outside detection and influence. The shield also prevented humans from accessing greater dimensional awareness and thus resulted in a dramatic loss of insight, intuition, and magic. Such is the price we pay today for relative safety in our galaxy. We have difficulty seeing the star beings now, and they have difficulty reaching us. Some refer to this shield as the galactic wall and suggest crystals are capable of piercing the wall, channeling and decoding wisdom, as well as serving as points of direct contact from the outer realms of our universe. People drawn to crystals are likely descendants of these early civilizations. Those with clairabilities, the clairaudience, clairsentience, and clairvoyance are said to be awakening now to Lemurian and Atlantean frequencies channeled through the reemergence of crystals from these ancient civilizations. So if you can hear them, they're calling you. So I thought that was like, holy smokes. That's the story that when you hear that, when I read it, I'm like, that's, I know this story.
Right, you know the story, you were there.
Story. Yeah, and when you get your starseed chart done, when you have starseed markings in your chart, and then you take it further and you go get your starseed chart done, they talk about that starred galaxy where these crystal beings are, and watching, you know, and so connecting with that is really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, so I highly recommend this book.
Ooh, Crystal Love Legends of what?
This is lore, legends, and myths. If anybody happens to follow the Sage Goddess Instagram, she wrote this book, Athena Parakis. Nice Greek girl. And what's cool is it not only has that story in it, but it also has the different crystals of Atlantis and Lemuria, and what crystals and places of origin, how they used them.
Wow! Oh, right? It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a neat little book. My favorite part of the book is the part that I just read, but it talks about the crystals, where they were found, why they are used. Like they talk about the crystals of Rome and Greece and Minoa, and why, you know, because one of the neat things is that, you know, if you ever have the chance, is those crystals that are in those places that we live really resonate with us physically. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Thank you for the history lesson, the downloads, especially depending on, you know, we might already have an inner connection or knowing, or we like stories about this, we're already resonating. So if you feel that resonance,
right.
I think it'd be so cool to read that book and what crystals you resonate with. Then they come back to you and say, Crystal Keeper, can you find this for me? And activate it for me, please?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And that's what I love, because it's just like, I just keep following the path, and it's just leading me. And it's I'm here to educate everybody else so they can start the process.
Yes, you know? Exactly. Like awaken, like, and that's part, again, that purpose for being here is possibly, especially if you're connected to crystals, you're here to awaken the memories and help like turn the energy back on.
Yeah.
For ancient ones.
Yeah. That's cool.
Very cool.
It's just, I have, it's funny, I have like people will come to the house and they're like, your place is like, the vibe is so good.
So high.
You can feel the vibe when like there's like a rainbow light that shines from your house. And I'm like,
I'm sure there is, especially for people who are like clairvoyant. They
can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I used to come there we live on the corner of Hillside and Sapphire off of Carnelian, and all the streets around me, there's Burl, there's Limonite, there's Carnelian, there's Sapphire, I live Amethyst. These are all the names of the streets.
Oh my God, you live on a crystal grid.
Yes. And so when I was a young girl, before I married Zoe's dad, we used to go up to Sapphire Falls and hang out. And we would, this intersection was the first stop. And I used to tell him, I'm going to live here one day. We're going to live here. And he's like, no. You know, well, no, it wasn't with him. And then it wasn't with the next one. And then like 10 years ago, you know, David invited me over for Valentine's dinner. We were just going out, and he lived on the corner of where I said I was going to live.
That's how you knew.
Yeah. So then I took the longitude and latitude of the location, and then I added the numbers together to find out what was the angelic number, and then the address and everything. Just like I was, and then years after that, a couple years after that, then meeting you and my soul purpose chart, and all of the things along my journey has prepared me to do what I'm doing right now.
Yes, and you're doing it with such like confidence and this ability to just step right in. And
yeah,
it's not like you have to like shift or change that much. You're just like, no, I've come home.
Yeah, it's time now. You know,
exactly. Now people are waking up. They're more, they're more available to be like asking questions and wanting to know.
And more open. Yes. And the world is so busy not paying attention that this is the perfect time for us to get together and raise the vibration.
Exactly. And you know what's so cool about this particular full moon that we're just opening the window to today and tomorrow and Tuesday. But the symbol, the meditation symbol, is worshipers circulating, circumambulating, I don't like that word, but walking around sacred stones. And so Virgo's about, that priestess, the walk of the priestess, meaning the walk of body, mind, spirit, wellness, and being of divine service. But you can't serve from a cup that's empty. You have to serve from a cup that's full. But the essence of that path is not to walk alone, is to walk together.
Right.
So I love that so yesterday you had a gathering, right? So you're bringing people, you're like so good at creating these new relationships and helping people connect. Isn't that amazing?
It's pretty crazy. I'm just like the observer.
I love it. Yeah. And you're so good. I mean, your arms are so wide to include a lot of people.
I have a pretty large wingspan.
Wingspan. Well, the heart is much bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's such an important part of us is the heart. And it is the one area that we neglect.
Right.
Right? You know, our heart has 70,000 neurons. The only other organ that has neurons is the brain. That means our heart thinks.
Wow.
Makes decisions.
Yes. And it has more neurons than our brain.
And it's not more, but it's 70,000. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
And so it makes decisions, right?
Yeah.
It goes out, it senses. It's the first organ in our body to develop. It senses, right? And it's our mind that changes our heart because the heart senses seconds before the mind. So and the heart is non-judgmental. It's only love. So when we learn to tap into our heart and live a life with no judgment, we are better able to see danger and present and safety because we are open. We're out of here. We spend time up here and we base our decisions on our experiences, right? So if you see someone who's pink with, you know, polka dots and you're like, I don't like that person on sight because anybody who's got pink with yellow polka dots is not my friend because they were mean to me. And then you find out later that they become your best friend. And you're like, but I don't like people that are pink with polka dots, you know? And then the other person is like, you like are wonderful friends with right off the bat, and then they rob you blind, they steal your boyfriend, they do all kinds of crazy stuff, and you're like, I never even saw it coming because you were using this and you weren't listening to your heart. So that's something to remember. And what is this, our ascension is all about, is learning to live through our heart.
Yes. Do you feel that Lemuria is the heart and Atlantis is the mind?
That's a very good point. Right. And connecting the two, getting them to flow in sequence, is what we need to do to balance, to find balance in this world. Because there are lots of things, I mean, technology is not bad. There are the things, you know, and all of that stuff, materialism, and we have houses and stuff. I mean, that's not bad. But finding that balance.
Right.
Finding that balance, you know, and as women, we're starting to find our voice.
Right, which is very important.
And starting to remember.
Yeah, and then once we remember as women and use our voice, we start adding to the balance, or that becomes a balancing energy for the masculine that just, you know, through no fault of its own got separated. That's part of the story, part of the mystery play that we're all engaging in. And then we come back in to have, you know, that non-judgment place of both.
Right.
Which then creates the heaven on earth.
Exactly. And the heart is, right, in the symbol of the heart, so is above as is below. Right?
Right. Yeah, the below lower chakras, above the upper chakras. The meeting place of both. And then what were you saying, that the ear is shaped like the heart, because we're supposed to listen. 2 ears down there, listen.
2 ears, 1 mouth, the heart, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's all when you start connecting all the dots and looking at everything and you're like, oh yeah, and start remembering. It's really neat. It's eye-opening.
Yes.
It's eye-opening. And you learn that you're not crazy.
Right. And there's more, I think there's more of us that feel this way than they're not.
I agree.
Yeah.
They just need a place to be able to talk about it.
Yeah, to feel safe to talk about it, comfortable, like they're not going to be laughed at or not going to be thought they're strange.
Yeah.
To find the other people who are walking that same, have those same thoughts, have those same.
Yeah.
That's why I love our communities.
Yeah. Look, we still have people are still listening. Yay.
Yay.
Thank you for being here to the Shannon and Kellee show. Get some popcorn right now or something, because this will go on for hours.
Oh my God, totally. We're just barely saying hello at this point.
Oh my gosh. So the meditation is pretty cool. It's a light worker full moon meditation.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, and even though like it's not dark and the moon is not shining, we know the moon is there, and the moon is probably in our atmosphere right about now, isn't it, Shannon?
Let's see, the sun, well, it's opposite the sun, so wherever the sun is, it'll be right below it. So it might be under the...
So yeah, so it will be in our vision soon.
Yes, and it'll be, you know, if we want to measure it at its fullness state, biggest date, it won't be till 10:47 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
But
right.
tonight you'll look to the east, you'll see it rising as the sun sets. You'll see it rising. So that'll be really beautiful.
Yeah.
To see that.
So.
And it's a supermoon. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, super, so much fun. And
Mercury
Mercury goes direct tomorrow.
Yay!
All right.
Woo!
Your fearless leader over there.
So excited.
Yeah.
So excited. Okay. So you guys ready to get started?
Yeah. Thank you for everyone. If you haven't had a Kellee Michele meditation, you're in for a big treat. She's an amazing guide.
Hold on. I gotta get.
She's amazing. Her voice, her soothing, her knowledge. She brings it all in a beautiful package of wonderfulness. So just as a reminder, you can make full moon water. Go watch or go listen to my podcast on the full moon. There's a nice download on how to make a full moon Vesta Virgo healing spray. So it's a free download. So go listen to the podcast today. We're going to clean our crystals, right, tonight?
Yes, and you know, here's a way you can clean your crystals, like I use.
Nice. Ooh.
And then
have you tried putting some, if that's a water okay crystal, but a little bit of water in there, you'll love it. Then water your plants with the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like put it on your body, like your belly,
yeah.
and turn it with water.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ticket, girl.
Yeah. I like
that's a beautiful way to clean your crystals. Thank you.
Okay. So, are we ready?
Yes. I'll be quiet.
So close your eyes, take your shoes off, plant your feet on the floor, or if you want to lay down, you can lay down, whatever you're most comfortable in, and begin to imagine that you are out under the big, bright full moon. And as you breathe deeply, you're filling your lungs with the cool, crisp evening air. And then when you're exhaling slowly and patiently, feeling all your worries, stresses, and tensions just melting out of that body and mind as you relax deeper and deeper. It seems so easy to just let go and relax in the glorious light of the full moon. Feeling so safe and so wonderfully supported by her nurturing feminine energy. Each long, slow, deep breath in and out is taking you comfortably into deeper and deeper states of relaxation. Everything else is becoming unimportant and is fading into the background as you connect more and more with the energy of the full moon. Now standing completely in the light of the full moon, raise your face to look directly at the moon. Feel her energies blessing your face. Experience her divine feminine presence. Feel her cool, clear energy bathing you. Your body now tingling with this purifying energy, going into each and every cell, right down to the level of the DNA. Take your awareness to the top of your head, to where the energy center called your crown chakra is. Imagine that there is a pure white lotus bud sitting there. Rotate this beautiful white lotus bud slowly anti-clockwise until the petals are open wide and flat. Your crown chakra is now open. Feel the feminine energies of the moon now flooding into your whole being through your open crown chakra. Now take your awareness to about 6 inches above your crown chakra to an energy center called the soul star chakra, where you can connect strongly to the higher realms of light and love. Imagine another pure white lotus bud in your soul star chakra and rotate this slowly anti-clockwise to open your soul star. Feel your energy field beginning to expand with the inflow of more and more light. Now bring your awareness to the soles of your feet and imagine energetic roots developing from them and connecting to your earth star chakra about 6 inches below your feet. Imagine those energetic roots going even deeper, grounding you firmly to the earth. A strong connection to your earth star chakra allows you to hold more divine light and love in your body and energy field, and also anchor this into Mother Earth. You may even like to visualize a downward pointing lotus bud in your earth star chakra that you can rotate to open, connecting that energy center to deeper and deeper levels within the earth. You may already be beginning to see or sense one or more of the divine feminine goddesses gathering close by, watching you through the eyes of love. Use your inner sight to become aware of at least one of the nurturing goddesses of the divine feminine, such as Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, or the Egyptian goddess Isis, the universal mother goddess. Allow them to gather around you silently, serenely, and filled with grace. You may catch a glimpse of angel wings or feel them gently flutter past as angels descend around you. Experience this gathering of divine love. Friendly nature spirits, the bridge between the third and fifth dimensions, are being drawn to you now like moths to a candle flame. Bathed in the moonlight, you are now encircled by these higher presences of light and love. Continue breathing in the pure white light energy of the full moon, drinking the moonbeams of love into your very soul. You are getting a sense now of every cell in your body being cleansed and purified. With your inner sight, you may even be able to see your organs, like your liver, being energized, purified, and filled with transformational white light. Feeling or seeing your energy field expanding as it is filling with white light, you are beginning to comfortably lose awareness of the boundary of your physical body. Experience your energy field tingling and merging with those of the assembled higher divine feminine presences, all becoming one field of energy. Feel this energy of divine love intensifying. Feeling and finding that you are now effortlessly breathing rhythmically in and out of your heart. You are now heart breathing, connecting to the heart of the moon and the heart of the earth. You are now breathing deeply and rhythmically through your heart. It's as if you have become your heart. All you are sensing is your heart opening and expanding in bliss. It may even feel a little ticklish inside, like a heart flutter. Releasing the heartache, the grief, the sadness, the relationships gone wrong, and all emotional hurt and pain that has been blocking the heart from fully experiencing divine love. Feel yourself breathing divine love from this energy field into your heart, filling it to overflowing, then breathing love back out into this unified field of oneness. As the energy of your heart is expanding wider and wider, old energetic blocks are melting away and are being healed with divine love. In the serene silence, you sense the rhythmic pulse of your own heartbeat now harmonizing with the heartbeat of all creation. Underlying your own heartbeat is the heartbeat of Gaia, our Mother Earth, who nurtures and feeds us. Allow yourself to tune in to this much deeper and more sustained heartbeat. You may receive it as a very subtle sense, or it may be quite strong. Take this opportunity now to say a prayer of gratitude in your mind for all the ways in which Mother Earth sustains you. Allow this energy of divine love to flow directly from your expanded heart chakra on the in-breath deep into the heart of Mother Earth on the out-breath via your heart, your Earth Star chakra. Wherever you are in the world, you are activating a portal of divine light and love from the higher realms directly into the crystalline grid of the earth. Allow yourself to imagine the awesome power of thousands of people across the globe, all under the light of this full moon, activating energy portals of light and love, or divine doorways connecting heaven and earth. See or get a sense of thousands of light workers across the planet now opening these portals of divine light and love, using the divine feminine energies of the full moon and anchoring these into the heart of the earth and the crystalline grid. Take a minute to imagine this now. How do you experience it? I'm seeing the earth like a spherical, multifaceted, clear quartz crystal radiating out brilliant, radiant light. Spend some time now either channeling this divine feminine energy of love and light into the crystalline grid, generally or specifically to those places you feel are most in need of healing. How are you experiencing the energy shifting and changing in this crystalline grid? Mother Earth has her own chakra system with many ley lines sending energy throughout her chakra system and throughout the crystalline grid. Glastonbury in England is the heart chakra. Bali is known as the World Purification Center, where the two most important ley lines of Earth intersect, known as the feminine rainbow serpent and the masculine plumed serpent. You may like to intentionally send the energy of light and love to Glastonbury or focus your intent on feeding this energy into Bali at the intersection of these two strong ley lines, which are rather like the aorta of the earth. You are now contributing as the powerful, magnificent light worker you are to the purification, raising of consciousness, and healing of Mother Earth and all her inhabitants. Imagine all the following receiving healing with divine love and light: toxicity, pollution, environmental degradation, loss of rainforests, loss of animal habitats, stripping of resources, greed, war, political instability, starvation, and suffering everywhere, all receiving healing. You are an agent of planetary change. Realize your God-given power for the highest good of all. See or get a sense of the positive energetic changes that are taking place even now with the efforts of you and other light workers around the world. From this full moon until the new moon, you will easily and effortlessly shed old, outmoded beliefs, patterns, habits, people, and material goods that have been holding you back from full expression as the magnificent healer and light worker you are. When you are ready to come out of this meditation, you will see or get a sense of the angels and divine feminine presences starting to recede gently into the background. Thank them for their nurturing love and support. Allow your energy centers to readjust themselves to being able to hold the greatest amount of divine love and light that you can cope with vibrationally in your full waking consciousness. You can repeat this meditation at any full moon, continuing to send more and more love and light into the earth for healing. Become aware of your physical body now and the cool, dark earth beneath your feet, grounding you safely and securely to Mother Earth. Still feeling yourself bathed in the moonbeams of cleansing, purifying white light. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Feel yourself coming fully back into your physical body and having a bit of a stretch if you're so guided. You may place your hands in the prayer position in front of your heart and give thanks for being chosen as a light worker at this important time in history. Be sure to have a glass of water. Relax and allow the energies of divine love and light to continue to integrate within every cell of your body, right down to the level of your DNA.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Some heavy duty healing.
Yeah. I was immediately transported to a wonderful place. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. And I love that we can utilize this wonderful way that you open up the healing sacred space. I'm such a high priestess.
Something's going on.
And then some. And yeah, I would definitely listen to this tonight and tomorrow night and Tuesday night so that you can really draw down this moon. Very healing moon.
Yes. Oh, are you there still?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you are welcome. You're welcome, Teresa. Very welcome. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Not to change the subject, but because I have you, and sometimes you're so hard to get a hold of, we changed the date of our wedding. Did you get the invite? Save the date?
No. Oh my God. You want to tell us on the recording or tell me?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you. It's going to be May 15th, 2021.
Oh.
It's also David's birthday. And the Pleiadian lineup.
Oh, of course, we're having the most amazing wedding of the century on the lineup. Okay,
Yes.
thank you for the. I'm gonna put that in my phone as soon as I find it.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
just like have it's gonna be like the whole Palladian lineup week.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Can I ask what inspired the change?
You know, we were scheduled to go on our honeymoon August 2nd, which we still are, but and we just weren't comfortable having a big wedding and leaving the very next day.
Oh.
So we thought, well, we'll just get married just with immediate family. But then we want our friends and family to be there. So we just moved it. And I asked him, I said, do you want to get married on your birthday? He's like, I think I want to get married on my birthday. I was like,
right on. The Palladian king.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, on his solar return with all that energy?
He'll be 60. So, yeah.
Oh
yeah. Pretty cool.
Happy, like double happiness birthday.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it works out much better.
Okay. Wow. Good thing I didn't buy if I bought my plane ticket already, I'd still come.
Well, that's good because I would still want you to be here.
Awesome. I cannot wait. That's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, very excited.
Wow.
Very excited.
Feels like a great new date. You know?
Yeah. I don't think August 1st was a very good date either for some reason.
There, huh?
Yeah, we just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you're still going on your vacation, your holiday.
Yeah. If that doesn't get canceled, I don't know, you know.
Hopefully things will, as soon as Mercury goes direct, maybe this kind of
things will calm down.
The pandemic energy will subside.
Yeah.
And and there'll be toilet paper back in the stores, and
So, I am doing a giveaway for a spiritual tool bag on my Crystal Concierge Instagram.
Awesome. Okay, direct us. Where can we find you on Instagram?
So go to the Crystal Concierge on Instagram, and if you click on the photos, you'll see like a photo with the giveaway, and just follow the instructions there. You like, follow, share, and tag a couple people.
Yes, tag people so that they can find the wonderfulness of all the goodies here at the Crystal Concierge. Plus, definitely connect with Kellee to get your crystal healing session on her books. It's
and that you can follow on the Happy Aura.
thehappyaura.com. So you can find out more about there. So, and then also you have your Facebook group too.
I have Facebook. I have both pages on Facebook. The Happy Aura and the Crystal Concierge are both on Facebook as well as Instagram.
Okay, great. So let's follow Kellee both Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And, connect with her to definitely have. Okay, so you like that meditation. She brings you that in your own personal meditation, having a crystal healing session.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And with the crystal healing session, we go through a meditation of all the chakras for your first experience. Yes. And then after that, we kind of just play it by ear on what you need. So. And
then afterwards, Kellee sends you a picture of the crystal grid that she created on your
energetic body.
Energetic body, thank you. And that alone is also very powerful.
Mm-hmm. And then also include what state your chakras are in and metaphysical properties of the stones.
Ooh. Yeah, and then when you're like, okay, I need one of those stones, then we say, hey, Kellee, can you find that for me?
Can you hook me up? And I'll say, of course I can.
Yes, and then she could say, do you want that as a form of jewelry that you could wear as this beautiful piece? And you also do that, which was blowing my mind.
Right. I'm bracelets and necklaces, and then I'm going to be starting earrings. No rings yet. I'm not doing that yet.
Okay.
But I have a friend, my friend Judy, who does rings.
Judy does rings.
Judy does.
Oh,
yeah. Because she does all the metal work. She combines. What did she combine? I was like, rose gold, gold, and copper or whatever.
I
The
was just
metals are really
light gave me this a beautiful star ruby piece.
Ooh.
It's like all kind of jeweled, you know, as far as like it's not raw, it's all. And I was looking for someone who would make it into a ring.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted copper because I wanted it very Venus oriented.
Yeah. I'll send you her info.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to connect with her and see if she could create.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like my new motto is, you know, I just work for crystals. I gotta like do my work so that I have the resources to go buy the crystals.
That's exactly what I do. I work and I go buy blocks and beads and crystals and things and stuff because I'm supplying everybody with their medicine.
Yes, and we need the medicine. This is 2020 and beyond. This year, this decade this year will be a decade long.
Yeah.
We need our medicine. We need our spirit bags.
Yep. Be prepared.
Okay. Thank you, Kellee, for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. Let's do it again.
Yes, definitely doing this again. Thank you for that beautiful meditation and the story.
Anytime.
Yes, activating our souls. So,
yes.
Thanks for joining. Happy full moon, and I'll post the replay. And you can share it as put in your newsletter and share it all around.
Awesome. Thank you. And namaste.
Namaste. Happy full moon, beautiful.
Happy full moon. See you later.
Bye.